Guys, welcome back to Medusa's Mad World, and today we've got a cracker for you. Today we're going to be talking about a missing person, but not just any missing person. This is a very high profile missing person. On November 19th, 1961, a young man with one of the most recognizable last names in America vanished without a trace. His name was Michael Rockerfeller, the son of Nelson Rockefeller, future Vice President of the United States and heir to one of the most powerful families in America. What happened to him remains one of the most perplexing mysteries of the 20th century. Guys, we all know who the Rockefellers are. They own my bank, they probably own your bank, they probably owned your great-great-grandma's bank, they'll probably own your great-great-grandson's bank. One of the most elite families in the world, part of the 13 bloodlines as they say. But anyway, let's get into it. Michael Rockefeller was just 23 years old when he set out on an expedition to a remote jungle of Papua New Guinea in search for rare tribal art, but something went terribly wrong and Michael was never seen again. You know, we're not just talking about some backpacker that decided to take a risk and go to somewhere dangerous in the world because he wanted to see it and see the culture, etc. This is a very high profile individual. So it's a very unique case that someone of that stature goes missing. Born in 1938, Michael Clark Rockefeller was the fifth child of Nelson Rockefeller, a prominent figure in American politics and business. Unlike his siblings, Michael had a deep fascination with culture and art. Michael graduated from Harvard University, which is a top university, with a degree in history and economics, but his curiosity took him away from the safe empire that his family had built in America to somewhere far more dangerous. He was drawn to the untouched cultures of the world. In 1961, he joined an expedition to study the Asmat people in the remote jungles of Papua New Guinea. The people there were renowned for their elaborate wood carvings and unique cultural traditions, but the Asmat were also famous for something far more sinister. You see, these people had a history of headhunting and cannibalism. In October of 1961, Michael Rockefeller, along with Renee Wassing, set out on a journey that would become his last. While navigating the rough waters, the boat capsized. Stranded miles from shore, Michael made a fateful decision. "I think I can make it," he said, tying two jerry cans together for buoyancy. With that, Michael swam towards the distant shore. Renee stayed behind, hoping for a rescue. Hours turned to days, and Michael was never seen again. So that was the last person to see him, his friend Renee. But what happens next is where the story takes a dark, chilling turn. According to the newspapers and press, the official narrative suggested that Michael simply drowned in the treacherous waters, overcome by exhaustion or attacked by sharks, but not everyone was convinced by this. Another theory, one far more disturbing, began to surface. Locals whispered that Michael had actually made it to shore, only to be captured by the Asmat tribe, and given their track record for headhunting and cannibalism, people began to believe that poor Michael met his fate in the same way. You see, the Asmat believed that consuming an outsider's spirit would transfer their power to them. So if Michael did make it to shore, there is a very grim possibility that is exactly what happened. You know, I said before that we all know who the Rockefellers are. I doubt the Asmat people know who the Rockefellers are. So there's a very good chance that he was consumed as part of a tribal ritual. In 2014, journalist Carl Hoffman travelled to the region and uncovered chilling testimonies from locals who claim that Michael was indeed killed and eaten by the tribe. According to Hoffman, the Asmat had mistaken him for a spirit or demon and acted according to their ancient beliefs. You know, these people are set in their ways, they have their traditions, and if just some random guy rocks up from nowhere, they speak different languages, you know, they look different to each other. What do you think they're going to do? There's a good chance that unfortunately that was the case and they did eat him. The Rockefeller family, devastated by the disappearance, launched extensive search and rescue efforts, but despite months of searching and countless resources, no trace of Michael was ever found. I mean, again, that's worrying because these guys have got enough money to overthrow countries, to buy countries, to do what they want. They are the wealth of this world. So, it's not like they would have tread lightly. They would have sent out the full shebang. They would have sent out the full shebang to find him, and they found nothing. In 1964, 3 years after his disappearance, Michael Rockerfeller was declared legally dead, but the truth of his fate still remains shrouded in mystery. So it sparks the question, what really happened to Michael Rockerfeller? Did he drown at sea, his body lost to the ocean, or did he make it to the shore only to find a tragic and violent end? Before I give you my opinion, there's also one other theory. People believe they spotted Michael on a National Geographic documentary, fully integrated and working with the tribe. I mean, yeah, it does have a resemblance of him. Family, however, have denied this claim and have gone with the first theory, that he was either drowned and killed, or he was killed by the tribe. I mean, at first, when I gathered all the evidence and I had a look at it, the possibility that he'd been eaten by this tribe, it was looking like 90% to me when I analyse it. But when you look at that clip, that genuinely looks like that guy. I mean, what are the chances someone who looks like him being spotted with that exact same tribe years later? But we could be wrong, could be a coincidence. We'll never know the truth. All we'll have is our own opinions and theories. One thing is certain, the fate of Michael Rockerfeller remains one of the most chilling unsolved mysteries of our time. And perhaps somewhere deep in the jungles of Papua New Guinea, the truth still lingers, waiting to be discovered. Guys, I just want to say thank you for watching the video. Make sure you hit subscribe, make sure you comment and like, share it to everyone, keep supporting the channel.